Hello everyone, in this video I am going to give you a quick review or you can say initial impressions on Micromax in one. Uh, Firstly, this is what you get in the box. A device, a transparent case which is of average quality, a screen guard or a tempered glass you can call it. It's also an average quality one. An 18 watt fast charger, a type C to USB cable and some documentations. So these are the things which you get in the box. Okay, firstly, this device looks very good in person. Like I ordered a purple one 464 variant from Amazon. Using card I got it just for 9,000 rupees, and I have to say this is the best looking phone under 10,000 or even under 15,000 you can say. Firstly, let's discuss about the design. It has a two SIM card plus one SD card slot. It has a earphone jack, a noise cancellation mic on the top. Additionally, it also has an extra button for Google Assistant, which is not even seen in expensive devices. Purple color looks very good and different in person. It also has matte texture, so it doesn't catch any fingerprints, which is very good thing. This is the only phone you can get with slim bezels under 10 to 12k prices. Okay, with a punch hole display. The weight is also under 200 grams and very well distributed, so you will not feel any trouble in holding this device. Usually, every phone nowadays is coming with big chins, even though they have a punch hole. Very nice to see this. This has thin bezels and also a punch hole. Good design from Micromax. Without any compromises, they have designed a beautiful device. Coming to the build quality, it is also very well built. The moment you hold it, you will feel the sturdiness of the device. So it is a budget phone, but build quality is way better. If you follow durability test videos, you will also know that this phone has some metal parts in it that are used around the camera module. If you see this around the camera module, the silver color one which you see is metal, and in the sim tray construction also you can see metal, so which can never be seen in any budget devices. Although it doesn't have a glass back, but the plastic doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels very solid and sturdy. Now the highlight of this phone is the display. Okay, so it is one of the few devices that has full HD plus display under 10,000. There are other phones from Redmi which come with full HD plus display, but sadly they come with water drop notches, and water drop notches are like old generation tech. Nowadays you can see the punch holes are the latest ones, right? That is the one reason why I preferred it. Basically, it has an excellent display with thin bezel, so viewing experience is very good. It comes with HDR10 support as well. Although brightness claimed as 460 nits, it performs like a 400 to 430 nits once only. I actually compared it with other devices which I have. So it's the brightness is not 460 nits as claimed. Don't get me wrong, brightness is good, but not as good as it is claimed. Okay. Next, if we discuss about performance, this is absolutely beautiful. Just one word, excellent. No lags, no stutters in the UI, very little to zero bugs noticed. Okay, absolutely well optimized Helio G80 processor. Like, I think this is the best phone with Helio G80 processor from MediaTek. Okay, coupled with Android One gives you excellent user experience. I can tell this that I absolutely didn't notice any difference between the Realme X2 with Snapdragon 730G processor and this one. Even when playing games, yes, when you play Call of Duty and all, in low to medium settings it performs brilliantly. Although it doesn't get option of that high settings just like you get in that 700 series processors, for daily use it is absolutely butter. Even for light gaming this is very good. The performance is very good. I'm very impressed. It is very well optimized, that is important. RAM management is absolutely the best. I will make a detailed video showing the comparing the performance in RAM management with other devices which I have, and I have to tell you this is the best. Okay, best under 15k. The RAM management is terrific. Every application stays in memory. Next, if you come to connectivity and sensors, this is the only budget phone under 12k which has carrier aggregation. So basically, you can see that 4G plus symbol. Okay, it supports good speeds. I also noticed it. This also has dual 4G support and dual VoLTE. It has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth latest version, so everything is there. Rear fingerprint sensor works very well. All like it, um, it is perfect. like it is accurate. 10 by 10 times it works. Only thing is, it's not lightning quick like in Realme devices. In Realme devices, the rear fingerprint sensor is very fast. Unlike in that, this is not very fast, but it's very accurate. All basic sensors are also present. Sound. It has a single bottom firing speaker. Volume is decent. Clarity is good. Earpiece is okay, I have to say. No complaints so far for me. Like everything performed well. I would not say it is excellent, but it's not bad either. It's all good, decent quality ones. Headphone jack output is also decent. Coming to the battery, it comes with 5000 mAh battery, and screen on time for an average user, okay, will be around 7 to 8 hours depending on the usage. Okay, so it lasts a day for sure if you are an average user. If you are a heavy user who plays lot of games continuously, Call of Duty and other high end games, you need to charge once in the night. Okay, charging
Targets in sight.
better, but this is the best you can get under 10,000 rupees. Like every device under 10,000 at max, it will get an 18-watt charger, so you cannot complain more on this. But it takes, you have to remember this, it takes more than 2 hours 40 minutes to fully charge from 0 to 100. Like camera, if you are a camera lover and want a device with excellent camera, then please don't buy this phone. I bought it after knowing the camera is not good because I rarely use the camera. Okay, 48 megapixel main camera takes good pics in good lighting conditions but struggles in low light. Also, it misses on an ultra wide sensor. If it's important to you, then you should check for some other alternative. Front camera is good. It's decent for the range. 8 megapixel one. It performs averagely. Check some camera samples you will see on the screen. Overall, my rating for this device is 9 by 10. As camera is not important to me, I am rating it 9 by 10. Stay tuned, I will post many other comparison videos of this phone with other devices which I currently have. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.